Alright, getting in the bottom turret of the Retaliator. And it should... Whoa! Get out of town! 180. On the underbelly of the Retaliator, loving it already. And just like most videos, this is going to be a long video because I make long, in-depth videos that are interesting, fun, and entertaining, and inform you. If at any point you get bored in this video, you want to go to a certain section, look down in the description. Everything's labeled nice and neat. Action sequences, information sequences, they're all down there in the description. And don't forget, we need your help here at DaGaimez. We need pledges. We need people to support us so that I can have more time to make amazing, awesome videos for everybody here in our community. Thanks for supporting us, gamers, and get ready for the Retaliator review. Welcome back to DaGaimez. You obviously have good taste in entertainment. In today's Star Citizen video, we are going to give you in-depth analysis of the Aegis Retaliator. Is it truly as versatile as the makers intended to be? We're about to find out. Star Citizen is growing. I'm really happy to see the more I log in, the more people playing the game, becoming more of a reality. There's a nice Connie out there. I will be doing an updated review of the Connie soon. Thanks, Gaimerz, for being very patient for my content. I like to make the best content possible. Take my time to make the videos so that they're good videos, not just to pump out garbage. So let's get in here. This is the Retaliator. Let's fly it. And this looks like the Connie that was out there earlier. Oh! Oh! What? Wow, that guy needs a pilot's license for real. Oh my god, a piece of the Connie hit the Retaliator and is now flying out in space. Let's go back to the hangar real quick. It was let's get back to the hangar a second. It gets a little crazy now at Port Olisar anymore. So lots of action happening at the port. If you guys want more gameplay, obviously there will be at the end of this. We're going to go over why I think the Retaliator is a versatile ship, or the fact that SIG intends it to be a versatile ship. There are some flaws at this stage with the ship. I do like the concept of the ship. It's basically like your big B-17 with multiple turrets in it. Oh, there's our Warden. We did a review on that a few weeks back. Check out that thumbnail. And there she is. So the concept of the Retaliator is a big ass bomber. B-17 Flying Fortress style in the new era. Very sleek, still very big ship. We'll go over when I get into the gameplay what I think of its prowess. But This ship's starting in at $150 for just the base model. And then you have to add your modules to it. Now, there are 7 modules. They're basically saying that there's the front side module and a rear module. So there'll be a front module and a rear module. We're going to go inside. I don't like the fact that there are no sounds yet. I don't know if that's my Retaliator that is bugged or that it's all Retaliators, but please fix the sound. I mean, really. There's a little porthole in the bottom. There's also one on the top. But let's go over the modules right now. All right, first let's go over the base model, the fact that this is the shell. $150, you get the shell of the ship. Yes, the insides, you have a front and a rear. Okay, we're going to go over pictures, and we're going to go in detail on each module, their cost, what they do, and all the different types of functions that you can get out of the ship, all the rules that the ship can cover. That's why I like this. No other ship really has this customization within Star Citizen. Okay, so just the shell, basically $150, 6 people. Cargo capacity 128, can be boosted by cargo modules if you decide to go that route. Okay, very versatile ship. I like the concept of it. TR5 engines. Ship was a bit slow. Okay, it's a larger ship. Expected that to be that way. Thrusters, tons of them. It still was very maneuverable for its size. S6 power plant, obviously needed. And man turrets, again, this is really important. 5 of them on the ship. S1 starting out, upgraded to S4 size if you want. You cannot fire when you're sitting in the cockpit. So when you're flying as the pilot, there's nothing you can fire except for the torpedoes if you have the torpedo modules. Okay, so let's go over the first module. The first module that comes with the ship, if you bought it pre-design changes in August, is the torpedo module. The first module that you'll find, in fact, the ship that I'm flying has the torp mods, both front and back. The front bay holds 4 torpedoes. We're looking at it right here. 4 torpedoes, very massive. So if you're definitely wanting to have a torpedo-based bomber type role, you're going to want this because it has the most, as the rear only holds 2 torpedoes. Okay, so very interesting that the rear holds 2 because of the design of the ship and the actual size. It can only hold 2 torpedoes. Okay, the front bay was $75, the rear bay at $50. So apologize, I should have put the price on there. I will do that post editing. So front bay and rear bay torpedo modules, if you decide that, combined at $125 plus your Retaliator base price, puts you at $275, I believe. So $275 for the I'm Gonna Kill Cap Ships devastating module Retaliator. The next module, which I find very interesting, is the dropship module, which is only in the front half, front bay portion. $75, military use, obviously, holds 12 Marines, 2 heavy weapon racks, 2 ammunition cases, 4 rifle racks, 2 sidearm racks, and a powered armor recharge station, which I think is really cool. Obviously very hard for me to talk right now as I'm stuffed up. Try and say that like 10 times fast while you're sick. But I really like this because what you could do essentially is still have a torpedo based bomber with the rear bay holding 2 torps and the front having your dropship module carrying your Marines. Could make this like kind of a multi-functional military use role. So you can still have the ability, only 2 torps though, so you're cutting your ability from 6 torps down to 2 torps, but then you're gaining your 12 Marines, and you know, you're still in that same price range because the front bay with the 4 torps was $75. The dropship module is also $75. So you're still maintaining that price as an attack-based military type ship. All right, and here we have our next module, which is the front cargo module, making this the Brinks truck of cargo ships. You know, try and get the cargo from this ship with 5 turrets firing down on you, and possibly 2 torps in the back if you wanted to do that. I don't think I'd do that. I'd probably, if you're going to go with the cargo modules, I'd do both cargo modules for maximum amount of cargo, and making this kind of like a very safe, secure type of trading ship for those people that have cargo, that really want to hold on to their cargo, that really want to make sure that their cargo is going to get from point A to point B. They're probably going to hire you. You know, rather than a freelancer or some other type of ship like a Hull class is very vulnerable to attack, or a freelancer. You know, if you're saying, hey, I have a Retaliator that's able to protect your cargo, I think I'd be a little bit, you know, I'd want you to haul my very valuable rare item in your Retaliator rather than like a freelancer or a Hull class ship. I think there's might be a premium to that. You know, you could charge a great price. The front cargo module being $25 only, and the rear cargo module here also $25. So making the ship much cheaper at $200. You go with like a super secure cargo kind of ship if you wanted to, and I think that would be kind of cool. Actually, it adds 20 SCU, so not too much. So if you went with both, you're adding 40 onto your base of I believe it was 100 and what is it, 128, making it 168 SCU unit. Now that's all subject to change, obviously, at this point, but it does add a lot of space. And the next modules, which also you can kind of do a double up on, are the living modules, which are really cool if you want to make this more of like a personnel carrier. You know, protecting people. You know, you got political officers, people important that you really need to protect. This is a very good ship to make it customizable in that respect too. The front module being at $25. Here's the rear module at again, I believe, at $25, making this a cheaper ship. You could do so much with the ship. You can make this you know, the dropship module, military use on the front with the living module on the back, making this like a political kind of personnel carrier type, carrying type of ship, not carrier, but a carrying, you know, carrying very important people type of ship, or black ops type of ship. You could make this a cargo with a living module on it. You could do either front or back, depending upon which ones you like better. All in all, very customizable ship. You could, you know, I would probably just put the torps with the dropship module, and the torps maybe with a living module. But I'd either do, my personal preference would be just to make this like the bomber that it's supposed to be, to kill capital ships, and put two torp modules on this, or a dropship and a rear bay torp module would be my preference. And then if I wanted to, you know, be more of a trading type of role with the ship, then I do the cargo bays, or maybe a cargo and a living module. I don't think I'd do 2 living modules. Anyhow, there's your different modules, only here on DaGaimez, going through every possible possibility with the ship, and that's why we do what we do. Now let's get to some gameplay. Yeah, like I said, pretty crazy in Port Olisar. First, I want to thank my friend CGF, who I actually met in-game, and I believe is now a gamer. So, another gamer to the mix for the community. Let's start out here. I thought a good test to start out would be to actually see the realism of the Retaliator, and to find out if really the torpedoes were empty in the bay after I had shot them. So, the first test I had performed was a torpedo test. Well, also, CG was a little excited, so he had never seen a Retaliator. He did fly into it, and the Retaliator still is functional. So, good test in itself. The fact that the Retaliator can get hit or scraped and still be existing. Here he is in his Hornet, acquiring the lock. I personally thought the lock took way too small of a duration of time on a smaller ship. I honestly think like on a smaller ship the lock should take longer than that, just because these torpedoes are so massively devastating, as you can see here. And CG's like, oh shit, I fired 2 just for shits and giggles. And yeah, pretty massive, as you can see. Nothing left of CG after that. So the first torp test was a complete success. I enjoy it. I have to say, I enjoy firing the torpedoes. Very similar to the Gladiator, very massive effect, and does a shit ton of damage. I believe this to be a more heavy bomber than the Gladiator, in the fact that the torps are much bigger than the Gladiators, so I would expect these torps to do much more damage, or they should be planned to have more damage, and the cost should be outrageous for these, because I don't want everybody and their brother having these torpedoes. So I crawled in here. I tried to figure out how to like take the fire out of the cabin. You know, the cabin had a fire in it ever since that Connie from the beginning of the video, and I didn't think that was very real. If there had been a fire that long in a ship, it would have caught on and gone through the whole ship by now. So there needed to be some work on that. I did like the HUD. I did like the feel, the look of it. Like I said, you cannot fire any weapons other than the torpedoes, being the pilot, which is the way it really should be. It's got 5 turrets that can be AI driven. You know, you can buy your NPCs or have like an AI computer system. Oh shit. CG's outside having fun. I almost ran into him. So he's climbing in. I believe he climbs in a Mustang on this one. I target lock the Mustang and I get ready to fire another torp at it, just to see how long the lock takes. Looks like it's not manned and kind of set adrift. It looks like I knocked it around, flying around. I'm acquiring lock again. I think the lock is too short of a duration of time. Call me old-fashioned, but you know, for a smaller ship with that type of signature, I think it should take longer for a torp to lock on, especially the size that are in the Retaliator. Whoa, I'm even sorry for talking through that. So there's your second torp test, and next thing I wanted to do with this beast was to just see the realism of it, as far as, you know, going back to the bay, looking to see if the torpedoes that I had fired were actually out of the bay. Let's go check now. So I'm walking along here. I didn't like, there's a glitch in that hallway where you just kind of continuously flop out into space. Please, Sig, fix that. But as you can see here, this is very nicely done. The torps are gone, in fact. In this, like I said, in the cargo section, or in the module section, I have both torps of front and back torp modules, and we can see that the torps are gone. So very good test, and very good realism. Now onto the turrets here at the asteroid field. Just kind of wanted you to get a feel. I'm in the bottom turret. I'm basically upside down, which is interesting, flying in a turret upside down. It was a bit disorienting. They don't have the realism in the asteroids yet when you hit them. Please do that. But as far as there being any latency issues, there are none. So I was very impressed with the fact, flying around in the asteroid belt with as many objects as there are, there's no lag, there's nothing sticking. I went to fire at a few enemies there. Not much luck, kind of sloppy. The guns in there are fairly small at the moment. And I'm going to the top turret for a slightly better view. CG's being the pilot. He's again very useful in this video. I thank you, CG, for helping me out. This is nice. Just sitting right there. CG's like, come on. And it was a very nice experience meeting somebody and friending them. I think next video I'll show you how to do that. Just like a real simple tutorial. Here I just go off on this Mustang, chopping it to pieces. And a lot of fun. Tons of fun there on that test. So turret tests, there are 5. Whether you have AI or whether you actually have people manning them, I think this would be a beast of a ship. There are moments where you can actually hit your own ship with the turrets, so you're going to have to be careful with that. Landing this was also a slight bit of an issue, as it's a larger ship. Let's check that out. We went to back home to Port Olisar to finish up here. And here we come in, CJ coming in for that beautiful landing. and a very nice ship. I really overall like the Retaliator. I will be doing an interior review after this. For those of you that have watched all the way to this point, thank you very much. I actually really appreciate the fact that I have such dedicated followers and gamers out there that watch our content here on the channel. Again, if you like the content, please pledge. We need your support. Here we are in the interior where we had left off. Thought we'd do it a little classical style. It's the porthole from the bottom. Apparently all Aegis aircraft will have a, tube that will be compatible with other Aegis aircraft. Whether or not other manufacturers will have those tubes that connect, who knows? I don't know. I hope so. Here's the front compartment or front module that is the torpedo module. So you can see how big these torpedoes really are. Much bigger than any other of the bombers that I have seen. 4 in the front. Of course, if you'd rather, this could be also the dropship module, the cargo container module, the living module, the modules that we had gone over before. Let's go in the aft section. There's a locker right there that's very cool. And here's the rear module section that we were speaking of. So those are both your module sections in the ship. The ship is impressive size wise. I'm very happy with it. That's what she said. Sorry, I think I have to do that almost every video. Here's the bottom turret on the belly in the back side, where basically you do flip 180 degrees. When I first went through these, I thought it was glitched, that it was kind of like turning upside down, but then I realized that in fact you are upside down hanging off the backside. Here's an outside view. Very, very impressive ship. But this is literally how you're gunning from both the bottom side turrets, and this is the back one. I think it's pretty cool, really, because if it's spaced really 360 degrees every direction, your turrets, you're gonna have to count on your turret gunners, whether they be the AI NPC characters or whether they're the human multi crew. Who knows which is going to be better, really? I mean, like, depending upon what kind of AI you buy, I'd imagine that shit could be pretty legit, as far as like hitting the targets you need to hit versus humans. I don't know, maybe you just want to go with AI versus humans, who knows? But they did mention the fact that this can be a single, solo player ship if you really want it to be, and that you could just have AI shoot. This is the whole back section, aft section of the ship. It's kind of a maze back here, but let's go up to this top aft turret so you get an idea. These will be able to do go 360 degrees in every direction. I think they did a really good job, really. This gives me that feel of the B-17 like we were talking about before. I used to play Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe, and my favorite part about that was flying the B-17 on the sorties and being in the turrets and shooting down a bunch of crowd planes. That was the best. It was a good time. It was a good time. I'm sure a lot of Germans played Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe and played B-17 missions as well, because that's how fun that was. Let's see here. So here's another one, aft turret back here. Let's get another view of this. I think it's impressive the fact that this does have 5 turrets. It's meant to be, the turrets are where it's at, and as long as the turrets are hitting what they're supposed to hit, I would say this ship is seriously a beast. As long as the turrets are effective. It kind of disoriented me when I did go into the pilot seat and was not able to shoot anything. It was I was just flying, and I was thinking to myself, like, why am I not able to shoot? And then I realized that it is traditionally a huge bomber, and my mission is to just fly to the target. Now, this was an interesting room. I was able to fire the torpedoes from the pilot seat, but this almost looks like a war tactical nuke room where, like, you're arming nukes, or I don't understand what this is going to do. If you guys do down below, please let me know. But this whole system here where you see, you know, the panel and the instrumentation almost looks like you're arming the torpedoes. There's the aft section, torpedo section, and here's the room in between, which will stay in the base model. This room is staying, and the aft and forward compartments will be, as I said before, customizable. But pretty impressive panel there. Hopefully it does something worth something. More lockers going towards the midsection where, you know, everybody's going to be able to group up. There's your elevators down. Again, there's the front compartment module. So basically front and back modules that are customizable. Let's go. This is a very cool hallway here. The ship feels solid, but I've glitched out of that hallway in space, so they need to do something about that. There's the bottom belly front turret that we looked at. We're going up behind where the co-pilot seat is upstairs. This is your top turret. We'll bypass that. It's another turret. And then going in here, you have gun racks or some type of weapon racks going into the sleeping quarters for the crew. It is a 6-crew ship. So there are 6 beds in here. There's a glitchy light that needs to be fixed. So yeah, and the sounds, you know, no sounds. So very disappointed. They need to put more work in this. It's a ship that should have their attention, and the sound should be flushed out by now. So I know that they're working on giving, base models, you know, different type of base models to make it easier for people, you know, like making a cargo module type package and a living quarter type package, so you're not picking all the modules. A lot of people have a hard time, you know, trying to figure that out. There's a glitchy spot right there going down. So there's still some glitches in the ship. The sound should be there. Over in this section, yeah, which would be the starboard side if you're familiar with ships. Yeah, that looks like a med bay. So we got a med bay over there. And let's go back down this hallway. So yeah, really just very impressive ship. Now what's over here? And inside here we have, of course, bathroom. Gotta stay fresh. So fresh and so clean. Look, a shower, cool. How that's going to affect anything is I'm not quite sure. More for roleplay than anything else, or, you know, will you die from not being able to groom yourself properly? You died from lack of hygiene. And so there's our interior review, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Overall, I enjoyed the Retaliator. Lots of glitches to fix, lots of sound issues to fix, but overall, I think they're going in the right direction with this. First time I've flown a ship that was a dedicated type bomber like this, with turrets, counting on 5 turrets to do the work, and those torpedoes to kill whatever it is that they're aimed at. So hope you guys enjoy this and this helps you with your decision. Thanks for watching DaGaimez, and please don't forget to pledge and help us out. Thank you, gamers. See you on the next vid.